Hi, I'm HEALYMEANS. Welcome to my channel and welcome to a garden haul video. Ladies and gentlemen, I am rocking and rolling with the videos. This is my third video that I'm recording today. So if you see the Bob's Burger shirt in like 3 videos, that's what's up. Just when I thought I was finished buying seeds. Why would I think I was finished though, y'all? I was like, okay, no more seeds, especially no more 2025 seeds. It is February 2nd of 2026. And usually by the end of January, I have purchased whatever seeds I'm going to get for the previous year by the following January. But lo and behold, wait up, y'all, was it January 31st? Actually, it was January 31st. I found out about a seed sale at my local garden center. And they had their 2025 seeds 50% off. Now, the seeds that they have are from Botanical Interest and then one other company, I can't remember at the moment. But Botanical Interest is a very good company. They have very high percentage germination, viability of seeds. I have never had a problem with Botanical Interest seeds. And I was like, you know what, 50% off. I know it's 2025, but y'all know me and old seeds. We like this. Before I show you what I got, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. Now, y'all, let's get into this seed haul. As I mentioned, I purchased several seeds from Botanical Interest, and that was at my local garden center. 50% off sale. And then on Botanical Interest, too, y'all know I couldn't pass that up. Now, Botanical Interest, like a lot of companies, have like the standard packet of seeds, and then they have a larger packet of seeds. And the first 2 things that I got are in the larger packages. First, I got Butter Gold Sweet Corn. This is a 30-gram pack. I think for the regular size, it either counts the number of seeds or it might be like 10 grams. So I got 3 times the amount for a little bit less than twice the price because this is $5.99. So this is $6 a pack. And I think the one smaller than this is like $3.69 or something like that. So it's definitely a deal to get the larger pack if you can. And if you know you're going to use the amount of seeds in the package by the time they're no longer viable. And then in a larger pack, I also got the Honey and Cream Sweet Corn. Now, this is 28 grams and it's $6.49. So I definitely wanted to take advantage of that. And 28 grams, I'm feeling around, and this is definitely enough seeds for me to try probably twice if things don't go right the first time. One of the many things I like about Botanical Interest, and you will hear other gardeners say this as well, the packaging. The pack has so much information on it. You have the plant, then you have the variety of it. You also have the botanical name of the item. Then you get all kind of information. You get it frost sensitive, or it'll give like a key phrase about the specific seed. It tells you how many days to harvest. It gives you just a brief summary of when to sow, or just something specific, just a little trait or characteristic. Then it'll let you know if it's heirloom, open pollinated, etc. Of course, you get pictures, and then on the back you get even more information. Days to emerge, so that's even the germination. So not just the days to harvest or the days to maturity, you get the days to emerge. So when you sow these seeds, you get an idea of when you can expect to see some green pop through the soil. You get the seed depth of how deep to sow the seed in the soil, seed spacing, row spacing if you're growing in rows, thinning, if that's something you need to do, and then the days to maturity. And then there's even a section on the back of the packet where you can write the day that you sowed the seed. But then when you open up the packs, inside the pack, the whole inside of the package label is filled with additional information about the seeds, y'all. Botanical Interest has one of, if not the most informative package as pretty much any company that I know that sells seeds. The next seed that I got is the Armenian cucumber. And this is actually a melon. It's not a cucumber. But I wanted to grow it because I've never grown it before. It says it's 65 days to maturity. And that would be after the days to emerge or after the germination. So if it takes 5 days to germinate and then 65 days to maturity, it would be a 70-day harvest. So from seed to harvest would be 70 days, not 65. Next, I have the Telegraph Improved Cucumber. And I couldn't remember if I got this from another company, but I saw it. And the sale was just whatever they had left over. So I made the best choices of what was available. And this cucumber is interesting to me because it's a longer cucumber and is burpless. It's thin-skinned and never bitter. These cucumbers get up to 18 inches long. They have a mild flavor, a snappy crunch, and it's good for salads and sandwiches. Because I have a large container garden, I've been saying for a long time that I wanted to focus more on dwarf, miniature, compact size. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, I need to get it. This is the Jewel Amethyst Eggplant. Petite and purple, an absolute gem. A compact plant with huge harvest of tiny fruit, well suited for a container garden. Yo, that's me. Next, I got 3 varieties of lettuces, and I think I have at least one of these already, but y'all, lettuce, I like lettuce. The first one I have is the Australian lettuce. This is a butterhead lettuce, and I looked at the picture. I like that it's a butterhead lettuce. I like the color in it. It's not just a pale green lettuce. All the buttery texture you want, but with a more upright growing habit. Bright green leaves with bronze tips make for eye-catching salads. Then I got the new Red Fire. This is a leaf lettuce, and I think I already have this, but like I said, I like lettuce, and the color lettuce is really appealing to me. And finally, I got the Rouge d'Hiver. This is a romaine lettuce. So I got 3 different types of lettuce. I have a butterhead, I have a leaf, and I have a romaine. And again, y'all, look at that color, and I love romaine lettuce. In my new garden, I'm thinking about adding flowers. I want to have flowers like throughout the garden layout, not just in the main garden area, but around my container gardens and just some other spaces. I have trellises in the small kitty raised beds that I have in the front of the garden, and I was thinking about just trellising over some flowers. Now, there are flowers that bloom in the morning, but there are also flowers that bloom in the evening. And that's why I got this moonflower. The twisted buds unfurl at dusk to reveal huge white, deliciously fragrant blossoms against large heart-shaped leaves. So what I'm going to do on the trellis, this is what I'm thinking, y'all. I'm going to sow seeds for the moonflower, and I'm going to sow seeds for the morning glory. And hopefully by the time, because they are vining flowers also, and so I'm going to train them on the trellis. And I'm thinking that once they grow in, if I can keep them alive and healthy, I will have blooms in the morning and blooms at night. I got 2 kind of onions, and these are both intermediate day onions. Now, where I am in Southern California, zone 10B/11A, what's recommended for me is short day onions. But sometimes I can get away with intermediate, And then even if I don't get the bulb as large as I would like, I will eat whatever size the bulb is, and then also the greens. So it's still a win-win for me. I have the flat of Italy onion, and this is a small flat bright red gem from Italy. It's a gourmand's delight, fresh or cooked, quick to mature for an early harvest. And I like that too, early harvest. And then I got the monastrell onion. This is an intermediate day, 106 to 110 days. It says it's crisp, dark red onions, perfect for slicing fresh onto a burger or cooking down into a sweet red onion jam. The options are endless. I got the Oceanside spinach, and I got it because it's frost tolerant. And then there's information on here about growing it as baby greens or growing it out to the full size of the spinach. And then I got the chiffon summer squash. I have the crooked neck and the straight neck squashes, which are yellow. But this just, I don't know, it spoke to me in a way that made me put it in the basket and buy it. And then I got a pack of seeds from the other company I was talking about earlier, San Diego Seed Company. This is the baby doll watermelon. And I got this because it's a small watermelon. It says oval fruits weigh 6 to 10 pounds. If growing in a container, allow the vines to spill into the garden. And so that's another reason why I got it, because I can grow this in a container. I'm sure it needs to be a larger container, but if I'm going to let the vines and everything spill over, I'm wondering if I could get away with growing a watermelon in a 5-gallon bucket. What you think? This was just a quick haul, kind of unexpected, but when I found out that my local garden center had seeds for 50% off, even though they were $20.25, y'all know I had to go see. And I actually went to 2 different locations. Now, the one seed that I was looking for, the Megatron jalapeno peppers by Botanical Interests, they didn't have them. But I think I got a nice variety of seeds. I do think these seeds will be viable into 2026 and even 2027 if I store and keep them properly, which I will. So look forward to seeing these sometime in the Backyard Shenanigans garden future. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed. This was just a quick haul, kind of unexpected, but when I got the scoop that my local garden center had sale,